Hey guys, it's Bram Moretti, and welcome back to another episode of Behind the Mall. So today I'm going to be covering the Randhurst Mall. I'm probably guessing that you don't know or ever heard of the Randhurst Mall. It's kind of a lower known mall, but it's a very big mall, or was a very big mall. But when I saw a picture of it, I just kind of fell in love with it, the design of it. I just kind of was attracted to it, did some research on it, and I realized that it'd be a good mall to do a history on. So I'm sorry if some of these videos, including this one, are a bit short. Some of these malls don't have the most amount of facts on them. You can't really find that much about them. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So the Randhurst Mall opened on August 16th, 1962 in Mount Prospect, Illinois, with 1 million square feet of space and 3 anchors: Weebolt's, Carson Peary Scott, and The Fair. Other stores included Baskin's, Charles A. Stevens, Joel Food Stores, S.S. Crescage, and Woolworths. In 1963, the Fair store was renamed as Montgomery Ward. Nothing particular happened in the 70s, as the mall did particularly fine. But in 1981, the Rouse Company purchased the mall from the Randhurst Corporation. In 1985, the upper level of offices was converted into a food court with more retail space. The subfloor of stores was also made larger and easier to access. In 1987, the Weebolt's chain went bankrupt and closed all stores, but Peoria, Illinois-based Bergner's acquired the empty store. Also, a Joseph Spice company built a minor 61,000 square foot store next to the Bergner's and Main Street, added a minor anchor next to the Montgomery Ward. In 1990, Bergner's acquired Carson Peary Scott, which forced them to close their store. But that also allowed Carson Peary Scott to move into the larger space. Also, JCPenney opened in the former Carson space. Joseph Spice then closed their location due to bankruptcy on January 31st, 1992. Wick's Furniture briefly occupied the Joseph Spice space until Circuit City and Old Navy took over in 1995. So I'm just going to apologize real quick now for some of that stuttering there, and don't go yelling at me in the comments saying I pronounced some of those store names wrong. In my perspective, some of those were pretty hard to say. A Feline's basement occupied the majority of the bazaar level, which I don't know what that is. This brought Randhurst to its greatest level of occupancy, with 3 major anchors and 4 minor anchors, along with an all-time peak of 1.4 square feet of retail space. The next 10 years were difficult. Constructions and expansions of nearby malls devastated Randhurst's shopping base. The mall tried to keep up by updating the mall's decor and adding a Jewel Osco and a Home Depot at the perimeter of the mall. But it wasn't enough, as foot traffic fell, causing stores to pull out at a rapid rate, including Feline's basement, which closed in 1999. The new millennium came along with even more problems. The Deer Park Town Center, which was one of Chicago's first lifestyle centers, opened in Deer Park in 2000. Later in 2001, JCPenney and Montgomery Ward closed just months apart, which was a devastating blow to the mall. Then in 2003, Kohl's moved to a different location. Many stores closed due to the departure of the 3 anchors. In 2004, some revitalization occurred. The old JCPenney and Kohl's were demolished to build a new store with no entry to the mall. The former Ward's was mostly torn down as well to build a promenade entrance for the mall. However, no upscale stores ever moved into the addition. In 2005, Circuit City closed their location, and Old Navy moved to a nearby location, which left the whole space vacant until Bed Bath & Beyond and Steve & Barry's moved into the spaces. In April 2007, Mount Prospect approved a plan that included the demolition of the core of the mall, as well as the remaining ward space. The mall's last day was September 30th, 2008, which is the video that you're seeing right now. The only remaining stores inside of the mall was Fashion Plus and Your Choice's Gifts, which both had to depart by 9 p.m. The mall is closing. The demolition ended by August 28th, 2009, and the Randhurst Village was built in 2010, ending the life of the Randhurst Mall. So that's a wrap on this episode of Behind the Mall. If you guys have any malls in mind that you would like me to try and make a video on, just drop them down in the comments. I was going to do the Owings Mills Mall, but I couldn't find any information on the original anchors or some of the anchors' opening and closing dates, so I decided that I would just drop that video idea since I couldn't find enough information on it. So this video is relatively quick, and so are the rest of it in the series, as most malls don't have a very elaborate history, or it's kind of hard to find a lot of history on some malls. So give this video a like if you thought it was good. My last video got a pretty large amount of dislikes in my opinion, because there's a little bit of a mix-up last video. I put Dan Bell's Rolling Acres Mall footage over the video. I originally began making the video, and I put in red letters this footage via "This is Dan Bell" at the bottom left, but I actually had to restart making the video because in iMovie, for some reason, every time I would insert a picture onto the timeline, it would the audio clips would start overlapping, which I honestly don't know why I did that. But so I just started a new project, and I was rushing so much that I just totally forgot to put in the disclaimer text. So obviously there's a couple people on Twitter that actually pointed that out to him, but that's all sorted out now. So I hope that little mistake is forgiven now. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.